me dosus ra ibdul marklay marubul belaw direk bilong me birklay mar masil belaw President ra Senate mar senators Speaker House of Delegates mar delegates mar governors mar atrolbi raigal 16 states ra balur belaw of course our justices balur belaw isenya maltuwet sa sus yung iltutaw mora adar belaw rogwil mar alsel maikrel ti al abalur belaw mal lung iltutaw mergaw ele go matirgal adra media el al Wednesday el August 14 kada tilbir el wase kada gukko press conference rel al sales maong gegal ngartiya nga minister at matuol direct minister Olgril direct chief of staff tangaryar minister sa dibus rabalur belaw hindi tangaryar room tertil ngartiyang rokuy mang adra media mal sabi ilmo o giragir el girel ang idil kuk teletele la complementary gidrel al tutaw maday dolmol me digu ay salwasya president rigid at tangakal surang al whip sa dibus rabalur belaw diway gel mlamdong wasya dolmol lolingit tang lungu ulmorngi mal safe amrollel molmo tersello telgair el merabalur belaw kamiwa ungil manangel wasesel tiyan no Miracle Monday nga kama Minister of Justice amlet tuwa patatial larngiya press briefing dimlakal press conference amle briefing al gimgil makli al gukmlaw ay sa balur belaw mar adar belaw al girela ngel imora kalbus langiya wal gora dirga katabatig ngil merelang ya gidirek sa igid press briefing agi uluay salwase labornya press conference kuk lakora mornya karira adrablu especially kamera adra media bol sa mi ulo geral direk hindi di soal magtakli mer kamera adra media wase as we are here el altutaw at the same time ang aringi klol forum rarubugul belaw el marar el altutaw el di ngara next door building yang ang artial klol gymnasium rubugul belaw ako kumaro forum mertir el duk direk masawa da bebir al amaklol tigingela belwadar belaw actually tiang leng tangaringar bebir gid ngartiang kamamar our bebir our ministers especially Minister of Justice ma other director elobot agirir ngar sa gid el forum rarubugul belaw mang suwakal di muliti al press conference bay ngwate al ngumsang Minister of Justice ma adar Mr. Elobot malngaringi kuk update tir tial scale ngal kalbus rigid mergo kuk polo ay sel mergid al sabi edel ngwa imong tablol garira media el bortir mergo bol sabi il po riule boda excuse tir el oray legit tol mol martial press conference adang kamera adra media always say ngegor Minister Olgrile
man sawle Vice President mal will to town morgaw ma Rebecca ministers my directors na ma another yung arte man will to town morale maradal ma direkal mal tukubet sil malat kara Rebecca Police ma adala Ministry of Justice el laurior el time el mining laurerir kada waigel blaldo nga Vice President kada mledo mara kotulurio lo ay sel girel sel isra sandera por del la amoita trime with el bunga tiuklok en ilisa foriturgil sa algalbus el sugit temael molmutra dulu ay sa gel sa pedro ay sa selta me molmutra el ang hindi soma malmutra mi isirablu alwase kada dirga malamol ma lo sigringi mlamo a little bit over 37 hours ra liis kada malamol malo sigringi ak malusok al ngutel te al urang asulira ra bekal adrablu al girela nges wal blal provide toguni sera riura kotulurior ra pedadu medol ngitangesa adrablu wen to kaungil el information la melogi wabek padingala al merabla bulis el kura malas mlo ng sirgid el tialsi kamang malsokal ngutel te al emal mereng asuli rarbek laat dire kal ngutel teal le mal lolingit el malamol mal lolingit tanges rarpe klaad el wase me dakay ngasew al seb edel kut maklite al urior logi wa atletele lala al ngaring yangidil el information mangidil nges wal seb ilo der si el merabla bulis el ngosuid el telurered el seb edel sigi dongul may dongot muk lagel girel makatmuk kal tukurala agi malolingit el wasen dia kamong tial lalom ko dong rabli la pulis ay gidan number el mlamadung 488-1422 malubeng 488-5000 tingul morse so kam sa TL la direktor der pulis Director Cortis Elot tumangkuradi mo briefly ay ngaway sa atalgibal update malkuk kalbuling ager ay gel sab edolongel adongel
lang Minister, Vice President, magmil nga rogo media. So di Vice Rabulur Bela la se al bulisa mal mring lo at time 24 hours non-stop dimrek mogim put umingel kalbus niya ilisa sila Sunday. Tegal mring asulu nga niya bibila at the adra belum mar business lula bakal dan mera bela bulis rak sesel midnight del mon mga sera adlaw road throughout the night. Ma unti ka mora blura bela rogi lo se akik malo spe anges da so am digmame kut maklit luror gi moruringi. Ako spe anges magil sungom ngari omodengei emodeng wal mer kamam mere de mingal adnya dia salungnya lo tidur trablu aktere gersal di aisraba rugul adla sei ngani yang ala rablu bela la sia sugum kau omar tra adnya ka ilisra albus al ube ko protectri men dia ka eden tigringi lo martingi o magarngi en se em dire kan mo tutak rala dire kan mal la momringin magulit lasem momdas laseng alah mal mingilodor ma concern la safety la reklat maral ko kola blia bulis mo ais laseng ngara ko motingi direct assume se assume ka kemenali anggal adong laseng ngargay Yau de wal me musu amom dengan sing ngargay magingu. Kau lul magdong al melo oti galat. Asa emil receive self reward $10,000. So again akmal titigal buliset temal mri logror namo nearly kuangan 48 hours logror non-stop. Roidra bleeder ba Direken namot skar. Di dia mama dagim stop logror until agim de mingal niya ilis gelbus. Ma di kita boktung ya semua ani somilo kenen. So anwa incident limited answer mam.
Misaula director di sokal til mutel el stresser seguid el tara tingingel el wase dolat karbulis rigid tilgayid ra non-stop lowrior around the clock Waigel blaldo nga direktor ang alam magimru ringin ding agi diol ngitel wase dolat kartil direct et adal waigi damato ngaring tulungal kartil direct al moskarer endi tirgay dral ultaw tawrior mong direct al malsakal do elaigel lomereng al salt trigel adrabulul malat kartil matamlame dar sa ako tama sesel makalokol tama sesel ulisi makmal mereng asuli ra arbek laade malmol malmal lolingit tanges arbek laade el girel tial luriol dangaring ko malmusaw
Yeah, sa wa imong taklolger el
Tiwan el question Minister. Kadang-kadang yung wasab all born yung kay to ko yung mabto kay kel wala rumors tuloy whatever el maraya el for example tarat ay silmera la senga ngara namura ngar alung matapto kal atawa pol matak tangari ako ra information at sa pami will ko ra clarify tinakal mar ata no atri mo understand dal wase in terms of their safety ngara how do they deal with that.
So, back pa nga different information na amesois pa nagyoltoy regular information and may multiple areas nga nga abebil turn out false reports and it's okay. You continue wase encourage other wase al sung mo kamdasok mo kumil sarger malubang nga niyam reading se mo emolokol me agi otoy regular lead waya for example tagi dal ngar along magi dire ka lotiri verify mong ang ngaring India kama mutal bebira basyo kada mo understand ra mo toy ngala do umart tringi mang kada hindi kal necessarily readily visible masel dora el mol mong angat tagi dal area lo olta so ay gidro will tips el me agi motoy o giwa Lorio lo entrar bebirar adra y el basyo magi malo spe information mangesrar adra balu lendi kal sa amal mesa ay garo gul basyo madakal sa amal nga regal bekkal basyo masel el si sa patra information ya gir murtalol toyringi and close to telele but understand adra balu was say we have to work together ay ger rogu el tokoy el maral el meliwek kal incident ang nga process el undertaker ngir el ang investigate ra incident. Di again aklamutal stress e malolngit el boda understand alwa siya priority gidrel ang bol safe fabalu dangu ngul may malngar sel pasyol girel ngaringi engi lolamol masel urior el masalk mo no ang ratelet tel incident te makarang akuk ta address ringi logi wat ko rala aktere kal dio maklat karbek la adal wasay adal dosi giringi areksi ringi amaring Rexy convicted multiple and series of felony crimes and violent crimes. Mang kadaklakarar adrabalu, we take precautions with the understanding alwasay ngaringiya escaped al felon convict at large. Arbuli samring losi ngaringiya ula direktor amos stresser sel wasay please ela kamo martringi maluwe mo nga seo lo oli ibringi bol sa el mga pulis the sooner e kadungul may ang mo safe community makamsaw lele agi gidro ko el information el possible el whereabouts ringi agi multoy please and keep them coming at adrabalu.
Namo tiungir kumiwe. Okay. Mata sa igidya gerel igida henjira mini. Edik de elat gengela Minister of Justice. Aureor loruringa Minister maradar law enforcement travelur belau. Amalmol mo tersel betigar ngalat. Let it be very clear. Maraya laureor el molmu trala betigar ngalat manglabay di bestel interest raro kuil adal ngaringi arolir ta tamasangga ngamal ubet luwase mbay girem give yourself in leng dia karolel el berti el molmu el moraw labong law enforcement amo matigaringi unfortunately ang guk ngaringi tarate al lang lasabe el guk di omar tringil guk matamalak lang aringi. Hindi again, nga lolamol malo sigaringi alo enforcement travelur belaw, elmol motor sel batigaringi so ebay kodolingit tanges or travelur belaw roguye elgirel tiang. Ya di lungil Minister Justice, kau ma director kau ala sa miul lamo dia kager na media le gor miu lamo sa miul terung excuse te borsel tara kan friends ra rubak marare lang atang okay. Me direct ngartiang Dr. Jenkins ang kay kuk umtera president kuk walo meser ti altoy ra urior education ra balur belaw. Mekuk ngwate alal ngumsang kuk pol kita ungil matengel wasendir gamlomo lasku ra balur belaw ra last week. Maguk tapsate ellel malguk lagwara address ay gel gwara update ringira ti alurior ra ministry ra education Yang kadirek lokong adi momrek yang toera school mangguk mo maray laman su mga riya karila medial morngi ya bol sabi el direct mera agerel morngi raw era lorael adang
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. This is up. Okay. Good morning. Basically, it's been a very, very busy time at the ministry with the games and with hosting, preparing our classrooms for hosting over 1,000 guests, preparing meals for 2,000 people a day, and providing transportation for all activities. The people of the ministry were very, very active and very, very pleased and happy with being able to contribute to the success of the games. That being said, in order, a lot of different people had to coordinate and work to make it a success. And we found that we're very, very grateful for the efforts that have been made to improve the condition of our schools. There have been major renovations going on, much of which you can be seen from the road, but also a great deal which you can't see until you actually go into the campus, because essentially what was being done is not only painting the outside, but completely renovating the inside of the classrooms to include windows, ceiling tiles, floor tiles, painting, and air conditioning units. So it's been a very, very ambitious project. We delayed the opening of school in our original calendar in order to meet those needs by 2 weeks. And then as the summer went on, and as we were getting ready to begin classes, on July 28th, it became apparent that that was not going to be a good idea. I met with principals and then again took tours of the schools that were being used, and they were not going to be ready because of the difficulties in taking the materials from the containers back into the classrooms. I really want to thank all of the teachers and the students who contributed their time to moving that equipment back. In fact, we even were able to get help from the Marines, the Koa Moana group, who came and took some of the heavy lifting of the materials from the containers back to the classrooms. So we did delay 1 week for the beginning of school. We started school on August 4th. And in order to make sure that our calendar the instructional days would not be affected, we have taken 1 week off of our first intersession. So instead of being a 3-week intersession, it'll be a 2-week intersession. So the number of instructional days has not been affected by those changes. That being said, when we opened school, I really want to thank the principals and the teachers, because the opening of school went incredibly smoothly. We did meet prior to the opening of school to discuss our needs and what equipment they did additionally need, and we found that we were in very good condition in that way. All of the instructional materials and supplies had been requested. All of those requests were fulfilled prior to the first day of class. We still have a few textbooks that are in delivery, some of which have just arrived, I think, on Wednesday, and so we're processing those to get to the schools. But essentially, everything we need to take care of our students' learning needs are fine. The only issue I wish to address, I want you to know about, is our high school. The high school project was much more involved than many of the other schools, and so it is not complete yet. We still have some classrooms that we cannot use, but we have confidence in the contractors who have said they will be ready in the very near future, that the remaining issues are tiling being done and interior work. So we should anticipate being those. But the teachers have really worked hard with the administration to look at alternative sites. So they're doing a lot of classes, switching back and forth. But again, classes are going on as always. Also, I want to point out that the high school is doing incredible things this year. We have planned this year for the first time in history to offer courses in the Advanced Placement Project program for our high school students who will be able to take advanced placement courses their junior and seniors years. And we're going to be beginning that with an English language and literature course. Following that will probably be an institution of mathematics course, probably going to be AP statistics, but we're not completely short on that one right now. But we've added new courses and even more importantly, have developed different pathways for the students to follow. That they have no choices between all being put in the same class every day, every year. They have choices between 3 different sections in which they can go, which best meets their needs. Some will be opting to go into the advanced placement program. In fact, we've been very surprised by the number of students who want to take those classes. Our new class in advanced AP or statistics, in fact, we had to open a new section because we had 19 students who wanted to be in it, and that was an overflow, so we opened a new section for those students. So the students' reaction to these new programs has been very, very positive, and very happy about how that's worked out, especially how cooperative they have been in working around the work that's going on in the campus, where some buildings are sealed off and not able to be used yet, and we still have scaffolding and things up. So it may look a mess, but it's not. I took a tour of it last Friday and felt much better about how the conditions were than they were just a little bit before that. But we particularly want to thank the people from the capital improvement projects who have done a great job of helping monitor the progress of the schools and helping us with the construction expertise, one of whom sitting right next to me. So we're very happy with how that has been done. And so, as all of you know, this has been a long overdue project, and it's a very ambitious project, but it's going to be wrapping up very soon. And our students now have, students and teachers will all be having the same clean, new, refurbished, air-conditioned classrooms with new wiring, so we don't have to worry about fire starting, and all kinds of new bathrooms, which are extraordinarily beautiful. Thank you so much for the new bathrooms. And all the facilities now are really greatly improved, and something that we can all be very proud of. That doesn't even include the new gymnasium that was put up at Munes, and there's a new gymnasium being constructed in Ngarlong Elementary School. So there are a lot of things going on. But as we started the school, we always want to know how many students we're going to be having. And I saw some reports in the newspaper which had some numbers that I'm not aware of how they received those. But essentially what we're looking at would be a continuum of our last year's enrollment. We're not anticipating much of a decline. We are, in fact, seeing some interesting new things start. Last year, Malakayoka Elementary School, the kindergarten class had 5 students. This year, they have 17. So there's a huge increase, and that's very positive for us. So parents are understanding the value of early childhood education, which we think very strongly will have very good long-range benefits for our kids and for the society. The other we are working on is the elementary schools have adopted a new schedule, which has been implemented. It looks like it's shorter, but it has exactly the number of instructional days and hours as they've had in the past. What we did is do a little compression. And so what we will have now is the classes will be ending at 2:30 rather than 3:15. And that time afterwards will be available for the teachers to work on helping individual students with special problems, or working with teams in developing their professional development and having professional development programs after school. All of those things we think very strongly, will improve the instructional techniques at the school. The way we are going now would be also that we considered the elementary program as really just a stage 1 of a multiple stage project, which is going to be, we hope, implemented in the upcoming years, to where, since they all have a common schedule, so we'll be able to, we hope to link the elementary schools together to use more of our technology and our upgraded communication abilities to have instruction going on between the elementary schools rather than each school standing alone. This will go in line with what was done last year with departmentalizing from grades 4, 5, 6, and 7 to let teachers teach in an expertise area that they're more comfortable in rather than expecting them to teach all across the curriculum. That's been in place in all the schools last year and will be continued again this year. But again, the thrust this year is we're off to a great start and very, very pleased with what the work which has been done on our schools, and I know the students are happy about it as well. The new gymnasium at the high school is a real plus for everybody, and the new classrooms where they're now complaining about them being too cold, which I guess is what I'd like to say is better than too hot. But we appreciate all the work that's been done and look forward to this being a wonderful school year. The other thing I want to say, just briefly, I would like to let everybody know how proud you should be of the children's achievements on their learning as based on the Iowa Achievement Test. Our students improved every single academic course on those tests, raising from some cases from the being in the 20th percentile to the 40th percentile. All of that's been done over a period of the last 3 years. So the teachers and the students have just done a remarkable job of putting themselves together and using what resources we have to achieve the best learning they can possibly do. So we're very happy about that, and we look forward to continuing that upward trend in the future. Okay, thank you very much.
Ngaringi ako ra ageral mora Dr. Jenkins, algeral atoira school, kabong.
So, good morning. I'm Faith Chen from. It's great news that the schools have been really upgraded and everything. I just have one question about the school policy for the drugs. According to the last incident on August 4, a freshman got expelled on the spot for selling marijuana. I just want to know, is there a policy, written policy for these schools for drugs?
It's very clear. Use of drugs is a forbidden and will be expulsion. There are some cases when it depends on extenuating circumstances to where the expulsion can be changed to an in-school suspension. But again, the use of drugs is not tolerated, and we are including in our health courses and in our social activities PE courses as well, in more information on the drugs, because I think there are so many new drugs being involved that we need to update that information that the students have. Thank you.
Since you said that you do have a school drug policy, is that do you have like a printed version of that, or is that just sort of administrative policy? Like, for example, in that particular incident, the student was dismissed outright, or was not suspended, was
Expelled.
dismissed actually, like it's no longer in school. But there were other cases, as you mentioned, that the students were suspended for a time and then they come back.
Yeah.
So other question is, what the parents, I guess some of the questions that have come to us is, what are the extenuating circumstances where you say, no, you need to, you're out, and where you say, well, we give you a chance, you suspend, and you can come back and continue?
That's a good question. Thanks, Sheila. The policy, and when I first arrived, I felt was far too punitive and not proactive enough. It seemed to be built on, if you did this, then you were suspended automatically for a period of one semester, which essentially means you flunked the entire school year. And that was unacceptable, and I don't think was really implemented very often. What we have done is we've worked with the schools to try to bring in more ways of helping students instead of punishing them. It didn't make sense, or still doesn't make sense, of course, to punish a student for a crime, so to speak, but delay their education. that you don't need to punish the academic when something can be done better. So what we've instituted is the high school at a in-school suspension where students attend school, they attend their classes, but then there are specific times when they go to a supervised area to work on, for example, the drug prevention ideas. And that's with our school counselors who have been working with them in coordination with the teachers, so that they're not being punished academically, but being punished, being taken care of, and hopefully educated to not repeat. So repeat offenders is another issue. But I want to make it clear one thing is that people don't seem to understand. The expulsion of a student is a very serious matter and is not a quick and easy thing for the school to do. It is not done by the principal alone. It is not done by the teacher alone. It's done in coordination with the minister, who is the final say in that matter. Okay?
So there may be extenuating circumstances that, for example, like affecting this decision to expel a student in this particular case. Is that what you're saying?
A teacher cannot expel a student. Only through a meetings with parents, student, teachers, and administration will the minister be able to expel the student. Expulsion is alignment and everything else. Expulsion is a very serious matter. Even a one semester suspension is almost the same as an expulsion. So we've basically, instead of doing that, we have an in-school suspension for the majority of crimes. Now, the use, there comes a limit when you've got to say goodbye to expel a student, but we have not done so last year or this year that I'm aware of.
I'm sorry, this came because of a reported incident of a freshman student that was expelled this semester, this school year, because of attempts or trying to sell marijuana in school. So maybe that information needs to be verified, but that's why we're asking these questions, because it was raised. On the issue of school policy, and you mentioned in this case of the drug policy that you don't want to suspend the student or not allow the student to have that education, that your priority is ensure that they continue with their education. So what's your policy as far as, for example, like maybe a student becomes pregnant while in school? How do you ensure that they continue their education without that being disrupted? Or maybe they're hospitalized for a period. How do you ensure that they can continue with their education?
No, the pregnancy is not a cause for any type of suspension or disciplinary process. That a student is entitled to come to school while pregnant. If their pregnancy advances to such a stage that they cannot come and attend classes, then we will make arrangements for them to have in-school materials, such as the Palau High School online would be one option which we can use. But there's no, we do not consider that a disciplinary action.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a short interview with you after this story. But thank you for that clarification. I think that's just one other question I had about that, but I think you already answered that. So thank you so much. Already answered.
So lang Dr. Jenkins, I know you have to go before 10 o'clock, before 11, so you're free to go anytime.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ito alam mo marti al press conference lagi na pati alam sa minister ko bukol para update lagi raw ra ministry lagi
La Vice President malungi total mara. Yeah. Hindi baka ako ting tara ko tel klol albang lela a ministry gidra lang amala sumal el mga tumokor gidel gidel sel klol flight ra shabal United al Mamura October 29 mang Herald adadu ngani atim gidra PBA Managing Director kadoy ruluk ma tim mergil meral masya kwame marasyaban el mon nga sel tim mergil ngara sili Osaka Expo. Kada malasa malo spare sigid teal partner gid ma girogul kumbali ra tourism industry. Nonya teal dal mitro bangila girogul ndakdil kumbali ra Shabal a hotel ma tour operators ra couple weeks ago. المغتموق gid المرسى gid lo bangalil tial expo ra ngara Osaka. Se momre gara last day ngia October 13. Mong LLC mo mutra October 13 kada malas mal los per seguido teal el expose ra self flight el mara adra shabal mara adra blul ad average el adal mo ding ra budr gida ngara 7 to 8,000 a day mong tara martlol teal bas el timr gida mloleng padulungi tragi rogul kombalir belau el malas mal dakta kay kel gora brochure sertir malum gora packages sertir من سأل نرسل بودر جدا أولتراو نقدر تراو كذا وقدر تراو بيلاو نقدر أولت المرتب من غير كذا يلتقي على المربيلاو كذا نلتقط لي كلول بارتنر جدا يونايتد ايرلاينز مع بالاو باسيفيك ريزورت مع الديريغ الغنير أدرين نرسل نسيور جدا الآن at their own expense من بالاو باسيفيك ريزورت تم نسب إلى الدروق لق الويدنج تغير rotational basis دي غير أدري الأدرى شابار مر أدري غير بيلاو الأكشن غير أوساقا الديريغ لون نسيور جدا المانا جل بوث osisi ulta megel butol gombali el bella omna dakta brochure sertir megegi dagi molas mulderegal akmla share gamir sel group chat gidra media el bekel sil se tol dar se gidra mar adel merab turgid sel ongerung akti announce lo asem lonia te illegal metro material our governors are Eli el girel tel maran mel OBF Independence Day aigel dates el qorawa bla bodo dengel mornya event seringi agi de sel Sunday raw era October 1st alak chagara date se agi damo se 28th se do lasem el momrura se le boat race se annual boat race ablo de lobos ese ulong mo Sunday at rigel lomsintal adal ngara race adara tourism industry oral weekdays sel aldado lo bangela bilong akupna tergakil was sel basil belaw kan friends amo 30th September 30th Tuesday sel sils raw era Independence Day agel kumakail koramo activities ra OBF dirgamal mol ma aldado lo bangela state governments, political state reps, hindi di nsuak kora isil was atolas mrurungyan mo tergi bel kamangat. Mo ta kadil talsil sangloy, nsuak kora umur sa gidel 27 al sabado nga kapsangay. E kora mo niya kakarusal activity e kada malas mal stretch ngil all the way mo sel Friday October 3rd. Agel detail adir kakabol salmal dosi le aldado adir kamarael. Esa last day sa ko tiswa kal isil was ngani ako ragigre lorurnya ministry gidel selgo partra development lorul lobantri ra adrablul tokuni trigel ngara erungul park tel mot makle la park gida ko ra da idat amrungi ma iblol kol adra public work endi ngani trigel maslo magi tersay ma trigel ad magyukram no tmage adadu me e bagi mol nga seur kami rule akong balir kami edil kami clean ringi kim harar kami mung teko radir ka pilot project e vice president at mo kole vice el kuk tigi dem lagi mahara atarangot el blul mo mot mo kortel par mo moral morelam hal clean ngarinyar terul mas ma imol el buy gol gora na mot mage e bekel sil sel gora clean e malat ringi ma kadere kal sodol nitra ada blul mung omolam emosi ol boliu yung malmring na dolat at tuber sa gidel kora mal besel park di kay gide bay sa kora sodol kora share sul
lagi minister hindi po sa minister obi ang marbelaw di gupnora balilyo ngarinya tarak lolo rior longot mo kringi din kay gida tara manager li otto badal direk loro ministry ringi pada tidap sakte al magukal update rigita ya bebir urior longat mokrat yal ministry especially ato na si IP
Sulang Vice President Ulo, multo ton mera kami lera Island Times, adra media. Ang will ay Vice malpek ladal kuramum isiya belawa nga ringa TLL mo ngu solar PV malumang photovoltaic ay tokora dengi logi wa solar ospe adi ila sils dire ko lobang la batteri linya mamukot mo kurtegi del building ergidra awan stop legal mala di ila sils amura ato kurtegi del building madire ko nga mura ato tial gym e molto bata dengil tial blas bel ospe ringi mangmo oriowa rala adengil ultuira ospe adengil lola pa diesel lorultra adengil girel tiang amumot mo kurtegi del building dire ka lobangel igel do sing electric vehicles malubong igel mlay in this case yung bus ng kudos pero takarat dire ka lospe di ela sils lomgrok logyo uspe rapatteri ma tiagidel ngeswa milgat mok logi wa partnership rigid lobangel ICDF malubin sel International Cooperation Development Fund lobangel close rigid ma relationship rigid abulura Taiwan ya taytay aklungil tiagidel ngeswal bela mo aswar mo lumang mongo a little bit over $4.2 million to the nabrigel ma igel mo tulang tingil tial program Vice amlas milk mo siya belawa malat kal mo utmakli taytay ngar okom email basen tra dingil ospe ngiya mo mga regay gidel clean energy malum di elasils in this case mongogiw say gidel mokte gidel ngeswal ngiya chlora 4 million ang swir belaw lo spare gidel building almot mokte gidel mokte kara belaw ya aklungel tial dengil bolo spare ngi tial building malum momgot mok lo giw gidel program atay tayng 500 kilowatt cell ko ng arbap al TCL lobangela 1,500 kilowatt hours el battery masel ko kulbol ka pasangay tagi del battery on nga sira dengi mauspila dengi mang cedro spare ngi mendial dilway al time di isil sa di sel nga ringa sil sa kada uspera solar isel bola ka sil sing endiak mangobangel tiagid 500 kilowatt del peak dengi amber tiagid del building ra one stop diregal lobangel tiagid del building ra one stop ya selmo on nga ser ngil gut maklit tiagid del output malum tungil dengi adiregal muspera tilgibra adwela a national gym el morning igel solar diregal lobangel tiagid del one stop building ma national gym ya Palau High School midire kal mamotmok la 100 kilowatt el solar lobangel la 500 kilowatt hours el battery mang aigamo sa pedro spera long mas maklipsay el guk mamotmok ra adwela Palau High School mang tiagida ko rawil ice idire kal lobangel la aklawal pas el igay del pas Vice President taigil mo sing electric vehicle mang diakal bel to bata atula deiser mangrang ya arado uspe el nga sira blur belaw mga satla sel kita ultoy ringira uspe a deiser lum kada tingki daitay tiagita sel kora ka develop so del program Vice el so del lo ay sel ngi mar adra blue ya again kadmut mal meringa sulela President Whips ma team ringi lobangela lobang sa leader Taiwan logi tiagita program ra international Cooperation Development Fund malubang ICDF yung mo sepedel gut makli tiagit el tial mera regit man sepedel latsibra ko regit el sawad mo 45% renewable energy by year 2027 diregal kung mga ti man sepedel mo 70% by year 2030 sel ko ang mukti kala plurala ora usingela uspela clean energy Vice President ma media ay segida ko ra diso kan isi lem ko will ay sel megid logiwa a clean energy malubeng independent power los pea nature solar te al
Minister. Manager Otto ba de? Malungil report lagi. May kuk diul mora Ministry ra Health and Human Services makuradi mo mat sa bebir atoy. Last week kami matangel ang le breastfeeding week ra blur belaw. Letal Sunday. Ngage kami adra media minister matul. Mils ka kabile kal bayr wal kwara symbol or say gidal wig na breastfeeding esel tokoil ngara tial baila malungila ka lor ngin disel print ramadala waseng atut kare kal ong kallekar dirga ka talgo bayir ngil merel akora akora matitulo bayir ngil mal dirga ngara hanger ngage di anyway gumeset teman ne betokar adal mele participate sa igidal breastfeeding week magda marenga sulir adal mele organizer ngi program aktire lulam tera president terbelaw emlo attender sel ngi cat team turnover ceremony tiang tirgal civic action team rablur belawal every 6 months ang gukmaring turnover malastal Friday ang laringi sa igidal ceremony tir tial bayra amayong magigukmlo okay abor niya agel liwar ka raw uli makti yung laringi ceremony ra tia bayra amayong tia numerical Friday magigukmlo pida farewell morsel naval team al gukmirael gukmlo el kamera PSL Army Engineering Team rar civil gukmekmer drablur belaw mata ngartiang kada tirga selang artiang etablo oil mrula pek panengela ureor mang tamrula tokoira construction matokoira mechanical work ma agureng sulwase tirgal mlo mregal mlamra laguk tirgal mlo o mga tmoklay gal World War II ay ngarang plel rabalilyo mga yaurel direct kalwaram lo help repair ay tamakarang aktiregal maring asurli lang diregal mal ngariya tok tangal lo trir met amrula igal wara radio programs osisiul time et tomes rasme rabalur belaw diregal mal klol service algot maklin mergit ese guk leader nga mora direct tara tirgal guk Peace Corps volunteer lang rabalur belaw as you all know gida tirgal Peace Corps am labang get since 1966 tiagid el program ra Peace Corps nga rabalur belaw lam larnya time ng koram losto bel talgib ending ta lalmo tal me benged rabalur belaw tirga nga direct mal global helper tir ligere label water belaw let support rigid rat ko school education ma direct health ma igal betok community programs last month the ministry ra health ma tiagid el Peace Corps amlo saying ra MOU most of ela ministry ra health will provide a support al mortir at ko ra guru lal sukum tukok ngartia ko ra mo uspe a medical care maluben treatment te hospital ako tirekal mo support ra tiril girel so ta ngartial klo ngeso lebaskid and at the same time ya ministry ra health ako tirekal lang sa ortir al sukum ko ra mo nya sa rir ngara while at ngara belur belaw diregal dik update waseng dirgam lomre ka sel guk nursing station ra medical ward ra hospital mang our nurse am la mobile more say gidal BSL nursing station tir el al time ng guk gida administrator hospital alo ay sel waseng next week ng guk momu la a renovation work or sel niya OR a station mang aiga nga dimrael lureor al sela tial hospital gid will make sure ngungila safety ngungila tial pasyo al morar adlo reor madirek tirgal patients al ngi tira omay sal ngartial hospital gid malklo patients al ngara al sel hospital en klo atretra mata di moya aigal betra aigal hospital gid Masel bolway saygid ang direk malwara momring le titwog laurerir ar pek la adal aurior tial l'hospital gid. Maldum SU gumdasyo kum la direk madangel was recently ngel administrator hospital agim ngilul mirtial press conference man direk malolingit ra adrablu a reminder adrablu was ali igal visiting hours amal gimol taut tolingit ra adrablu bol understand de direk klol tirak lagi gidel toera visiting hours. Tiay gidel malgora masek del hospital gid ng mer adra media. Etial parging rigidra hospital awal waram lamo di mlamo gegrey gung di masek dra bekl time. So ak madangel ngaringi o Google sel tales ka geng wasay tial parging or hospital magarang so agi malungil understand de madangel waseng wal waram mal gegrey gung mal betokar okyal may magiosi ga bekk rolele so lai guk boso be edel free up tial madala hospital mar adal blu sel met tangaringi yar guk tirgal adra urior mangra ra hospital sa pil guk mobile moratara area so we're doing agiosi ga bekk al duule boso be edel accommodate ar adra blu sel met tial hospital ay gaya di suakal update direct tial ngariak lolo reol maral hospital upgrade tial kitchen sel ngariak mrula kal gaya administrator direct lo ais luaseng la di selaEndre Albuil la diEndre Albuil al August nya guk mo mrekrega urior ngi direct mal klawal guk lang swirel gerel tial delivery service bakir tirgal patients al tirakia angara al sela hospital. So masawa igal gukti bebi raurior ngi adi mrael raurior al sel ti al hospital rabekl time. Mansawa kal direk lang utial ti ale mal mrenga sulira rogwil other ti al Ministry of Health and Human Services radiak dil ngar ti al hospital tirgal gukti rekal ngara igal community health centers all over Rababaldao maigal outer states Rabalur Belao tira gumrang al waset mru raklo lurior sel goal rigi daw se kadam kara maintain ekip para hel dara adar belaw mungungil segi dia longot mokringi makmareng asulir wailak ngartial koram sa tat ko era guru le medically tiagid tial ministry gidra health and human services sa direct malos pe angeso tangaringar adra financer kamamal direct law ay sulwaseng walmal klo ar adal me uspe anges urat ko era gurul gurat adiakal salungi la tele la payment tir mang close el doram la carrier ngil blal sara hospital rangaramol me magi blagar mamal lo sigaro lele collect gay at the same time itirgal gukomay salmer el alsil sa magi malo sigaro lel waling itertil wasemeda takayng seol haraway galuguru rigid mansawa kal low spare tial press conference rigi de mal lolingit ra adar belaw rogui waset ya di imol el public hospital rigi tar adar belaw meda kayng seol beklath oya guru la hospital adiakal sa el tomera guru lel morang idilath di seguid el los palel hospital ya mga le rabeklath wase boda direct lo sigara yel bekkel al duul marolel eda kay ngaseol kuk haraw ay gigid al kuk bills rigid ra hospital mbol sa beedel ligay gid al udo del kuk langay hospital al ngayalom arakar mangidil equipments matul sa lospe el marulay kalurior hospital akum dasyo sel boda kay ngasew ablo mar adalo urior at yalurior dataged kay ngaseol girel tial tokoy akum daswa sel niya moktegrigi del gut maklia heldrar adra blur belawal maungil agum daso segi dia sape edel marael badulngi mang again say on tigal morar adra blur belaw malamol mal lolingit ra patient sa cooperation rarbekla adra robuil girela toera ministry gid ra health and human services makting may gigidel lodar sel gut mer ngamer adra media merkoy bay gumesra time yang lamo talsigang al taadadu bay guk langarnya ko rakar miul gire langidil to im lamdung malubeng tirgagida te ra ministry ra state tama direct el mafei langartiang malngarnya gereng sabiul logel mergide adang
Vice President, Basta ta question sa kalmara director di Otto da Apolorayla. Question lang question lang ko kung may mention na still grant and may secret right? El may malara solar panel ma battery solar battery ertiang. I understand that maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Tel project, tel construction, tel OSS staff shop, they are fully complete. Is that true? And if so, nga regal dir ka pending alurior.
Diri ka merek, siyem lang merek alurior parking lot. And then dir ka rin maybe na alurior ikel partition offices, tint a window. Ay kita ikel wall painting, malubang remaining balance to complete. Majority malubang substantial completion na building, ano merek.
So, amli ko ra impression na nga ko tel metal o building say mal ko closed space aloy terserol dia ka hospital. Sige ko mo ringi partition ra new offices ringi.
Hindi ako. Aldaswak mo, sien mo hospital seryo, lulmo nga ringi ako ra circle counter, ligiran mo ra service, amo dia kalway say, le hospital building sa ko tromol me ablo hospital ngir ko ra exhibit a hall, regel ko program sa nga rin telblay. Aldaswak mo se dia ka ba hospital ngil service, ay gal vek lobby sir tiang nga ringi ikil in-house service tir, ay gid omdas lo se kadamol mo no hospital ngil exhibit hall, palube kat open rigila la hospital sa gid tel wall lobby nga ra first floor for now.
Maldi follow up per se sera losa that tel one stop shop para before taman mi emphasize was a reason kadam rule ul makadam ortang ola baigero ko il government services ni malospe ar adal morano pasyo mitsip iding ara pasyo ermula Mikel Gidil Marula. Hindi Thomas hindi nga ya baby like services hindi ka ano ito. Mang ako galing ya say ay gigil new offices albo morulong mo allow ay gil services so kung malmer al sentang for example sa nga terula passport ka nga ay gigil license ka nga SS number ka all of those most of el motel eventually ngido ko ya mas el mo house tra al sentel like
Hospela service, pere mang tangani tigal appropriate adan mo hospering umso de la service, di umso de la construction, yes, may lasel mo mesra serio tangani officer SS, tangani officer finance, alam na met mo hospera ikal office. Sel mokte kara logiwa design, akum do sa igim nigel objective designs ra building, am nigel mong motmok sa igit ma ulmudong hotel building nga one stop shop. Hindi nga rin nga bibir offices sel ko kautoy regel program sel nga rin for example wa EQPB low lab mga rin nga chemicals ma dungol usper alsel guk mamta albusula dungol me otungil alsel tel building ay gigit ay gel wal lolmon nga ray krel auspel alsel tel one stop building ay gel services sel nga yak lam nga kanlami ay gel lamadungol officer SS officer FIB ma finance tigel mla move in ma immigration tigel mla move in matmo curtain move in let mo spare tigel building for their services ma programs sulang
yes please go ahead yeah.
Kaman sulang lertil alger ng maral number one intention ng tel building awasi kad makarang isip edel mo efficient marata di al madidrur takakaroos el basyon malaygel lospe kadam la omo di maygel lablal dunga si IP manager ang aring yadir kakura finishing work gida del marula arad o tamla so yisb hindi ka kakura mare eringil sel mo kot el functional la tele laygel officer tir ngaring yaygel el baby da services el wabli la pulis ala ate kapetol si superngit yang le malk meda nding direct kal ngaring ya baby da urior el kita mangat mokla lo bantrirar adra IT lo mesel wase dia kadil basol sab irar adal meringi rokuy direct kal mo efficient ta process rikid So some of the things that are being discussed say alsukum kami submit ra application ra kalgire la malara SS ra kaw. Alsukum ang require ka kitile police clearance o sisiungi mamom lara ka kitile tin number ka dire ka require or business license and require police clearance, di one submit ringi. If it's cleared by one agency na government, and then ikam lang wa ikakidali business license, ako kumala na permit ka ng klel, and kuk tiya kaluto require away kikip. So it's not just a matter of moving people in, it's also being efficient and cutting cost in the service delivery. Marata direct kalbakabot sa sir karang dir. We're doing mapping exercises currently ra di wa registration damlay. At atam di trutel mong emira long lela state ma national. How can we align those services as well? So tiaklol effort tal waigel di lunga president ra ko tal term ring ilo say we want an effective, efficient government and we're working towards that. Building is one component. But also making use of technology that's available. Al-murar adal mo al-muray kaykid. And I think the direct kalmlames, especially with MHRC TV, Marwa Maif, they've migrated a lot of the application process and more available online as well. So seven direct kalwan the option. And I think Minister Matuul has reported in previous press conferences, al-direct kalorier closely lobagkalagigal state governments, especially for the work may gagawin services and mo available ra adal kuk di nga rabalo especially kal outlying states to ngelo aseng talgib at ito kala lorela ulidiulan mira orior. So ngora comprehensive al effort and we're very excited to continue the work.
The director of the ngora take the issue ra kalbus Elise total time I previously ra tilalman sa ako hindi ko na tingil terror kalbus Elise mangla madungol wase problem ra bli la kalbus mal congested ngani aldo algirel tial BS bli la kalbus understanding ra kamama ko kigel information giblam ngay at dilo wase se 80% complete. The mostly the features, fixtures, agel ko ra magkakadel, agel ko ra kalkadalel ti alblay ay kiapendi. Sab ML ko ra maskida current update, maybe ay also ko mang how long to sab ML expecting in momerek. O nga rang momerek o kore o sisil timing require additional ludo del mo complete tayo lurior. If you can explain that to me, please.
But for accomplishment rate, hindi ka tangar 80%. Katangar yo. Sige de. La sumunga katomis ngeng slightly over 70% malung within 75%. Ay gel mo klo luriol kat makil tengi fence Michael finishing tial blay. Michael dosing holding cells adam o kira al cell kada titen ngi mo ko dare kada ngi. Ay ga dire kaldi ka more wall like dosing bars maluang grills and more ngi. Ya el all time obisa CIP o rolo bangkela Ministry of Justice. El tol mera obisa CIP akmon soad al finish tial BS bila kalpus. El al December. Ma atleta el maulas wa a CIP akot am na-advertise and sell remaining balance to complete. Sige del portion babang talgibra audio tele lauro kat magil CIP am ni advertise ngi mang natto da advertisement for bid proposals. Ya mokte sige del teleta la invite ra contractor sel may ekida amingi telurior album sige del mete lurior at bingi ito mo rin at earlier protocol contractors and met mo katamalas mal achievera aktiagi del completion by December. Siya udas well kita entertain ring elang. O sisil time building siya mo katmok where we are all time ay gel dolat kalmo complete tel facility mo complete el logi way gel suble del kita kuk na sub maluming lessons learned CIP oro lo magila Ministry of Justice el make necessary changes المرة plans some said accommodate the needs الكده USPL al time. So that's where we are later a status new correction facility. I hope in sila question sulang.
Kaman sulang at ang director the couple follow-up per se, I was say, so how much has been spent so far? Understanding, well, not understanding. Ako lang sila say, ang gelmle original contractor, the default na sell telurel. I guess that's why ako minuto advertising. So if so, yung seludo dal mo spearingin mo finish at yung ate lang.
Ako te gel contractor lang PNQ. Idim na kal default. Hindi ko dul mesra obisa CIP ma obisa Minister of Justice o mesra aratela urior maklungela akong balil mablisor sa los peringi itial mo tekra December mo ta amom ta albasul. Ngulkiw segit ikaw to mes til was sel stage 3 ma stage 4 ngi contract tir segit sel regir segit sel do seng igel current work. Igel nga ray krel say ludimok protocol dengi maran mo igel po package sel remaining balance to complete. Mang segit ako ratlet elel etaytaya seral ko tulo mo ultiang igidam tengla history ngi lo seng ulmu lulgiu appropriation ul bidak lulaw we sel evolve mul mer elang en kados pe nge although there are economic stimulus Taiwan fund to complete it daytay klungela although the blood expender ngi tiang a little bit over 4 million. So I get a brief summary of where we are, how much a timeline and malat mo complete the facility. Sulang yun.
Sulang mal clear. Okay. Sulang director for that. Did you have a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Man sa ulaman at siya last mo they say di so atal makatakilo sa kadamara nga sudira at Taiwan letya nga humanitarian assistance siya mli al adu al kila langis ul tiraw letyang
Vice Medic particularly for the record. Katukura diyo giwa classroom sergi de umodong at title hindi for the record director ko mama Calvin kasi ngiya procurement officer or contracting officer ma title nga ka manager si IP. Mga tukura di mo, katamo ka tingin sulang hindi sulang Vice. Sulang
Sulang for that clarification. I guess the last question na ti ako Vice, ako ramli malutol information able moto tol gina la Ministry of Health. Blol kaya del press conferences ma other meetings yung malbato kaungil report ra Ministry of Health del gina la physical infrastructure improvement ra hospital. You may have seen some of the stories that have been coming out. El kuk gina la concern ra del gina la hospital policies. Le mention del breastfeeding week. Sel tuta akal malungil policy hindi kapitid la kura premiang cycle ko pipira concern sa mothers gina la say ma question na say ngaringi ako kuryor al sel hospital el gina la kel internal policy sa kamiu el va say ngani ako ra aureol mo improve ay al ubo public educator adablo mo tukman mo understand why you do have them al ubo ngara ko ko respond ra kal kaya wagi
So diaksal diaksal follow igang aral social media molkoy.
No.
Anyway, diaksal
medic explainer say concern for example particularly ikel ko to ko ra sel ikel kururar dir to ko ra wa breastfeeding al hospital ti akal sabiir lola ba ikel wa meal kara sto mga rang tamal di trial and force take it uldas ra breastfeeding di nga niya ko pebira dil el maringatit hospital to koy mang albebi labat ngira dakal sa el producer mil way mal ubang niya bebi issues mang la patokal time dalang city kita el toy mang laring yalas tal arikal kamama island times el le top del mil south tiang andi sel kukne pala sel tokoy na hospital el me asay kay kita hospital
Okay.
mang kera sa ngari ako ra internal work kay kal policy sa hospital beside the infrastructure.
Okay. Gumdas we sel tilang it sel bottom line ng lagirir or toktang tirgel gukora experts ra igalurior el tiria a develop pa ige adadu e develop pa ige del wal wara policy nga ka as a minister ya kultura expertise tirgay del toktang para maradal involve raurior tirgay gid ya mga mokla policies e may recommendation e katol tauta. So as of now tial breastfeeding tiang adiak dil belaw tiang abalul other rogir mla adapt ringil al policy although ringi maldo mabalur belaw as a signatory e kada partner tiay gid al-adam aldum kadam le celebrated tiya last week algirela as a breastfeeding week as long as the partra tiya gidal tukoy rablu al-ading algirela ngara al-sel but again will toir tirgay gidal guktok tangar gidal ngara hospital tirya gukwal spearhead raurior mang alsuko mga ringi atal malel malubeng gora concerns algirel etrigay gid ya mages wala kuk maybe to formulate malubet kuk revise policy rabulur bela algirel tiay gid tuwera breastfeeding ngagi as a minister I would defer el more tirgay gid experts el tiramrut aureo o wise gid al wase kada mga algirel.
Madakun maldiras kung question na kali ko kawe Minister, Vice Presidenta. Understand na kayo sa program la hospital and then working lobang kela Australia. Alak alwid ang grant ra Australia. Yang ay tangklele ko ra nga niya title nito bela. The cell data collecting process hospital cell app.
Tamano?
Yes.
Okay.
Kung sige ang click to Corbella, yung kita remember tamano.
Yeah.
El collect tamal ba to kal data ra hospital. Mal lamo kamangal time all kim ask ka information ko maring kita ma information for example what ko era births ma deaths ma again specific statistics niya direct kal help para public information. Makira sa tiyang namo orior, ang namo sa edel malaykal information, alubeng it's still a work in progress.
Se el ay ka grow sa system at tamanot ti algok ngaringi ay gale billing system rigid mga low spare ngi emrula billing sa hospital ngaringi sel ay ka kora part ti al imol package ngaringi ay gel part ringil dirgagim fully implement mandir gamra la urior el girel so di way ay gid el records and so el molgoy waseng ungila bolo tengyar an rablu yes ako marang wase malungila statistics ra tukoy ra birth mga rablu bela bel kay to badaling gumdas when direct ngusu gid el sabi el direct policy gid so let me check at mamal girel bol sabi ela next press conference gid bay bodong ngils mo di tiay gid wase kat girel gerngi di so kalau ay sil wase el all time marko yang marael apartra urera marel amar at mama oreor el girel el walbol mru rapi esel to tetelela wabiling system ra hospital elang mendik medong agi mo implement ngi agi modernize ngi el tamesel helper kamam wasang magrabo dungil el collector ti aludo del rar adal me holding ra hospital mar adal gukka inpatient sa hospital kada magraruli a system ra hospital al maungil mang mosabe adal akum daswa di improve sa igid and direkal moswira ti al hospital gid ra to ra collection ra ar adal mera rule. Oy, sure.
Last one. Tiamal di last one, Minister, Vice President, kamle mention, kamel sa, da kulingit tra adrapalo, ulgire la haraw pansin ospital. Musel nga yaw do, dalam arakan. Ya, makari ka kasi, ngaringi tial MSA, ngaringi sel medical savings account na hospital, nga tokal adal haraw akar, malubin service sa hospital. Akari ka kasi, sel 20% alak albit sel MSA cover tial rogil ara laro akar ngara challenge alpanganier at hospital mang kekare auto
Okay.
collector ni to na
Ali ka tablol taletale.
NHI.
Okay, why say? Sel NHI cover tirgel adult tira inpatients, tirgel menuing. Sel obem nuing, mergoyem taying. Ya 80% tra coastal cover ngiya tial insurance rigi dra blur belaw. Ya 80% tal cover ngiya patient. 20% ringiel cover ngiya patient. Say gidya baby ra time, close time. Mergo hindi ka take care say gidal blals. Oy say awan, selong erung. Sel guk more tirgel outpatients. Tirgel guk timera opidira hospital gid, malubet timera emergency room ra hospital gid, matuk tingara check up, emro ma services, makarir, emrael, ndiakabel newing ra hospital say gid ya MSA, aguk koreor el more tirgay gid al av. Now, tirgay gid mat direct kal betokal unfortunately, tirga di baby gid al adar belaw, ta direct el diakal pair say gidal go coster say gidal lugrur tirra outpatients aliak pasaudara outpatients mo diaka MSR tir maldom diakal pair emergo diakal pair ngi with actual money mong sellable way say gid en again hospital diakal sel ko tawara service el morangidil adar belaw mang oil kada ma service ra hospital momrek emergo sel ba al time el giret el payable gid we don't do that so those are the two ways el wala kada maswira hospital el paygel girel balsed ay el gukara la wuru gid el merti al hospital sel bol way say gid yang it turti al urior hospital gid ay gay gid ludo dul tuy ay gid ludo ay gay amosoy seperti al ngarang klel fund rigid hospital trust fund gid ya dola belum arakar hospital lola belum ara supplies ra hospital basel bol gegre ar adal haraw yang mo gegre sigid al trust fund rigid aldo mang over the years tiang amla mo issue ra belur belaw for so many years ya kumdas walas tel gimmo sa other tiang we're talking like 12 to 14 million dollars. Yak madenge this goes way back over 10 years back. Back understand lang nga kaadralla. Al baby rat time ang lamomring labo na kalek taigel ni ablal sarak medal over 6 years ago, 10 years ago, yung maring la nakalek. Mangaryar at mamal losi gabek karay let nakalek taigel ludo. Hindi ba itaragi mo lisi ringi luriora wasay el al time el tirgay gidal mera hospital gid inpatient ma outpatient. Please sa nga hospital by having to pay our bills.
Ma'am Sula. Aki ako mala information na.
Okay.
Amang. Sula, ang dami naman nakakari.
Okay. Kami ulterum. Hindi ungile. Okay. Matagidal koram ara ulabong artial press conference rigid. Madik the borsel kora ulabong tangil tiang. Madibok announce sa tirgel guk tirasil sir tir elang. Mang tirgel lo tanjobir el alsil sa laureor tial government rigid. Ngarngi Victoria Alfonso nga nga urior Bureau of Public Health, direct nga rin Arlene Aulerio, nga kukurior na Ministry of Education, nga rin Des Mary, dalutaw nga direct lobang kama mara Ministry of Health and Human Services, nga rin Noria Manahan, nga urior Ministry of Finance, nga rin Roger Rumong, nga kukngara Adralenden Survey, nga rin Lina Thomas, nga Project Manager o Management Office ra Ministry of Finance. Dirigait tirgel ti di ako tanjo birtir el alsils mansawat ang utial te al mal laureng ra ungil happy birthday ungil tanjobi el mortir gaigit el guktira sil sertir elang madalway sele magamiul adra medial ngartiang I guess kadala amre al press conference rigi na may aktiom te era president ma cabinet ma chief of staff marbeklat rakabalmente mal mereng asuli war adra media mereng asuli adra balur belaw guk ngarinya telir el guk koreng sertial press conference rigi drel al week adang ya kom dimeritiang kom mal masaulang